bitch and tell her I ain't never know how love felt. It ain't nothing personal, the money is above else. I like old whips, like a blood belt. I like old kicks, stand too long and watch the rug melt. Niggas keeping secret files. Hey, how you snitching when my nigga trying to beat the trial? No, you won't see a favor out me, you won't see a smile. No, I won't walk into your building unless it's even ground. You see me now, if not, I'll paint the perfect picture for. It's burgundy, I got expensive taste, extensive horse. I'm not the type to hit a lick and go and rent a Porsche. I order lemon pepper wings and make her get the door. See what that pimpin' for, if not just peep out what it do. They wonder how I'm so respectful without shit to prove. But they don't move the way I move or screw them how I screw. I say the word, they spend the night, the sauce is fountain blue. I can't account for you, so keep all that talking, damn it, my niggas some monsters. Ain't got no insurance, but still I've been whipping this harder. I guess up the ganja, as long as it takes. I'm clearing my karma, ain't going on breaks. I be too drunk in the building, I need me a sofa. I woke up next to the hotel, the bitch I don't know her. I need the rover, or show me the rave. Find my way out of the jungle as long as it takes.
My city right on the border, I live my life on the edge. I fuck with dimes and smoke quarters and show my tail out the head. And if you ain't fucking with me, then I ain't fucking with you. If you ain't got nothing for me, I ain't got nothing for you. Got that paper on the pedestal. Say shit what you better do.
That's how we're kicking off this beautiful Sunday morning right here on Emano Talk. What's good, everybody?
Yes, sir. Well, I ain't heard that song about 6 years.
It's been a minute. Here, let's get the mic a little closer to you. I know you were saying you're like, I gotta be heard. But while
there we go.
Yeah, while we get that ready though, real quick, welcome to Emano Talk, everybody. It's your boy, your host, Daniel Emano. I am here with Miami's own, Miramar's own. This man is everywhere, basically. If you listen to his songs, you know he be everywhere in South Florida.
Well, let's get it clear. First off, I'm from Miami for sure, born in Liberty City, raised in Scott Lake. So, but my people, they from Miramar, Hollandale, from all over the place, so I'm everywhere, man.
Yeah, I think South Florida is just uniting at this point. Everybody's just making these connections. There's those dividing lines are going out the window.
I still line South Florida versus everything else.
But nonetheless, since y'all ain't hear his name yet, I'm here with the one, the only, the bear himself, Rell Burgundy.
Yes, I'm here in effect.
You already know, man.
Let's go.
You already know.
What's going on, man?
Hey, it's long overdue, honestly, because you and I known each other for quite a little minute.
Man, we got a whole different relationship. This is a new person right here I'm talking to, man. I used to come to him for all type of other shit. We ain't gonna get into that.
It's wild, man. Time and history takes you full circle. That's all I could say, really, ultimately, because we met in 2015. You were engineering, I was producing. The script has kind of flipped a little bit since then because we've gone through our own journeys, our own separate paths, and today we're here talking as interviewer and artist.
Right. And not to mention, you had some 5 beats back in the day, so
I still got a little something tucked away.
Right, so as long as we still have you in the lab, we good, because I'm going to need that soon.
I got you, bro. I got you, man. We made some hits together, but let's talk about your hits, man. So tell the people who don't know who you are, because as we said, you were an engineer. You were behind the scenes. You were the shadow in the cut. You know, but you were still making music back then, because I knew you were still making music. We worked on a few separate things as far as you being a rapper goes, and now you're really focused on your artistry. So tell the people who don't know Rell Burgundy, who is Rell Burgundy? Where did he come from? What did he start with? When did music become a part of his life?
Right. Like you said, you been knew me. I was doing music even though I was engineering. So I even learned how to engineer because I wanted to rap. I didn't want to have to pay nobody to go record. I didn't like my voice like that. I wanted to get my voice right. I ain't trying to have people hearing my voice ranking me and stuff like that. So I had to figure out how to record myself. Then I had to figure out how to make it sound good. I just told you I was using Audacity. Now I'm really not even like recording with the beat. I'm like dragging and dropping. I'm doing all type of shit just to make a song. So once I learned how to do that, I was just in high school, just cool, got kicks and shit like that, just trying to, you feel me, we performing at school and shit like that. We went to Turner Tech, me, Flight, and Philo B. But by the time college came, I learned how to use Pro Tools, got a little money, bought Pro Tools in college, wasn't going to class. Like, so what else I'm going to do? We in the crib recording, smoking all day, recording. I'm the engineer. I'm just the person that everybody going to. In high school, 2 people used to come to my house, but I was recording off a laptop. It was bullshit, but people were still coming through $5 a song and shit. But by the time I got out of college, that's when it really turned up because I had to come back home. I ain't had shit. I ain't know what to do. All I knew was I had Pro Tools and we was rapping. We had a group of rappers, and I was just the main engineer. Every time we need to record, we got to find a studio and I got to rent the studio out basically. So a couple times after I rent the studio out, probably like 5-6 times, one of the owners of the studio, they realized, hey, this man know what he doing. They needed me. So I took that opportunity and now we here. Now, like you were saying, I was engineering at first. I started rapping a little bit more while I was engineering. I didn't really know as much as I know now about the rap game and how to move in and shit. So now it's a little different. I had to take a little break. I had to say, you know what, let me stop rapping for a minute. Let me just fall back and I even started making beats. I started production. Let me just see what this behind the scenes life is about. Let me just focus on the people around me to push them as artists. So I did that for the past 5 years.
I could dig it, man. Honestly, you're a man of many talents. You even said it yourself, like you also produce as well. I think for you to be a better artist, ultimately, you had to probably take that step back because you as an engineer are probably working with all these different artists, and it's probably kind of like clouding your mind as an artist. Like, what am I trying to do for myself to an extent? And it's not even like bad on those artists that you're working with. It's just that it's kind of like how like Lil Wayne, when he used to like listen to himself, I'm sure that had he, and not even that had he, because now he does, he listens to other people. When he listens to other people, you now hear how they influence his music. And it's not that listening to other people's music is bad, but you as an engineer, you're probably around it all day where it's like, I like, not only do I want to, but like I have to now listen to somebody else's music and this is their style. And you know, how is it affecting my style? Like, what is it making me do?
Actually, it used to affect me a little bit, but now I found a way to make it work for me because now I'm hearing different sounds. It's making me experiment more. So when I hear something, I always find something good and bad, and no matter what somebody come to me with when I'm engineering them. So sometimes I take from little pieces of what they did and I put it into what I'm about to do. I'm not taking verbatim what they did, but little ideas and little whatever it is. It helped me a little bit, to be honest.
Yeah. Who were some inspirations for you growing up? Because I feel like for you, right, you're also mentioning how your voice kind of affected you, that it's like, how can I make my voice sound good on a track, right? So did you find any influences as far as like trying to make sure you maneuver your voice properly, or is there just overall influences that you were like looking to?
Well, to be honest, I grew up on hip hop. Like, I had parents, of course, but hip hop really raised me. So I grew up on people from obviously like Jay-Z and that northern hip hop shit to Trick Daddy and JT Money. Like, I know everything in the middle. So everybody, you gotta have that voice because a female don't want to hear no kiddie ass voice. Like, you gotta make sure your voice right. You gotta make sure people understand you, and it gotta sound like you mean what you're saying.
Yeah.
So, and I understood that at an early age. So my early influences was all really a lot of boom bap rap. Obviously the Tupac, the Biggie, all that, Big L, Method Man, all Red Man, all that type of stuff. Cause that's what my parents was listening to. I ain't had no choice really. I didn't really want to hear that shit at first. Like, that shit was annoying. Like, all that bass, like I ain't really want to hear that shit at first, blasting in the car everywhere. Every time we get in the car, it's blasting. But shit, it made me who I am today. So I'm glad you feel me? I'm glad they at least had that for me to consume, because I could have had some lame ass parents and not know shit.
Yeah.
And I could have been working at AT&T right now, so you feel me?
You know, like one thing I'm thinking of is that you embody this very Southern style, like from the tone of your voice into like the beats you hop on and everything like that.
Right.
How big is it to you that you embody that, not only Florida style, but it seems that you're kind of like going that overall Southern style? Because sometimes I kind of feel like you got a little bit of a Louisiana influence over there.
Damn, I ain't heard that one. And to piggyback on that last question, I don't think I answered it. Influence as far as voice, I don't really have no influences as far as, well, not when I was growing up. Probably now I want to sound as stern as Rick Ross. You feel me? Like, you really make it mean. He really make you feel what he's saying every time he say something. He can say the most basic shit. Future too. You can hear the pain. Everything is, he man can say anything.
But the statement
but
sticks.
You gonna feel it, and that's what really matter. Cause anybody can rap. Well, not anybody, but most people can rap. It's something you can learn. But you can't learn how to put feeling in. You can't learn how to have that voice. Like, you can't learn certain shit like that. Oh, I'm sorry. What was the next question? I'm sorry. Yeah, just ask me a new one. My bad. I just wanted to go back to that.
No, you're good. How do you feel like you embody the Southern style? Like trying to make sure that your sound is unique to where you're from and even like the areas around you.
You know what? I can't try to sound like where I'm from because I'm from Miami, don't get me wrong, but I don't sound like that. Like I'm not the typical Miami nigga, so I can't just sound like that shit to be fake.
A lot of that shit is club bangers.
Yeah, and I'm not making bass music and shit like that. Like I'm starting to make more upbeat shit, but most of my shit is laid back, cool. I ain't gonna say smoker music, but it's vibe and shit. Like I'm here to create a vibe for sure. But that's not really what Miami sound is. Miami sound more like upbeat, hype, like booty shaking shit. That ain't what I'm trying to do. We all like that, but that ain't what I'm trying to do. It's other niggas out there for that. I ain't trying to do that. The Louisiana sound, I probably get that from Lil Wayne, Currency, a little bit like that. Other than that, I know I sound like I'm from the South, but I don't think I sound like nobody else really. People say Ludacris, but I don't really hear that either.
Nah, I don't hear the Ludacris side of things, but like the Lil Wayne a little bit, Currency definitely with your beat selection.
Currency, big influence, Currency and Lil Wayne. I ain't really too many lines. Either one of them you could like say and I can't finish.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's show people, how different you actually are as an artist. So I got a track here that you actually produced yourself. It's a little bit of an older track as well. It's called Fully Operational. I fuck with this track. I feel like this really shows a little bit of how you separate yourself from the pack.
Right.
All right, so everybody tune on in right here real quick. This is Fully Operational by Rell Burgundy right here on Emano Talk.
Hello. Connected to Rocket 175. We have no visual. We hear nothing. Are you okay? Is anyone hurt?
That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind.
Report back.
You getting all sporty, well allow me to retort. I fucked your mind up, now allow me to abort. Is it the sport? Is it the game? I got your dame taking snaps like a missing frame. Did it again, got that wave, you just timid rain. Pencil me aim, I'm a Mac like I'm Kinder Main. I'm doing push-ups every night, ain't no more chilling out. Flight been lifting and ain't no telling when he getting out. I feel you out, if you ain't fit then I can't vouch for you. You want one of them artsy niggas from the south, don't you? A stroke of genius every time I hit the couch for you. Don't be something I can nail, I put it in your mouth for you. Real spill, real talk. Victim of a couple heightened senses, but I still walk. Hide like I feel lost. Penetrate those skins without the ego and I will golf. Treat that girl who love me like she's something I could kill off. My ill thoughts, nigga. You getting all sporty, well allow me to retort. I fucked your mind up, now allow me to abort. Is it the sport? Is it the game? The pilot of this damn plane got a twisted brain. I'm that nigga, but you may know me by a different name. I'm at Alley, but my profession is a different lane. Quick on your toes, boy, these hoes ain't gon' get your things. I ain't bragging, we in the field like we missing brain. Baby, let your mind unravel, let your soul be free. Think before you blink and leave my jury on the scene. Say your life with me and make a simple life complete. But I don't want this life for me. House up to the moon. Children, get to your rooms. Fuck it, I'm Captain Cold and this the Legion of Doom. Y'all fucking with whom? Y'all tucking your boobs. I flashed the pinky ring, now they y'all stuck in the mood, nigga. I smoke a thunderstorm, these clouds and lightning. I show my other form.
That shit was crazy. Nigga, think before you blink. Think before you blink and leave that jury on the scent. That's real shit right there. I ain't gonna lie, what that was, 2016?
It doesn't show me the year, but I believe it was around then.
It had to be like 2016.
Yeah, I remember hearing that around the time I met you.
And I know he was in jail, and that's what I'm rapping about. So it had to be around that time, like right around that time. To be honest, I was on some super creative shit trying to be, but at the same time, I ain't know how to really market this shit. So it was like a waste of time. I had to be a real man and just take care of home first. If you ain't got no foundation, you can't really do music. Music like some extra shit and it costs money. And it take a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it take a lot of brain power just to even,
Yeah, honestly, I like when I used to see you work, like when I would go to meet up with you and like try to get some recordings going with like Swace and all the people I'd bring by. I remember just seeing you work and just thinking, I was like, yo, this man don't get fried out, because I remember one time me and Swace ended up pulling up and then meeting you and Zolly there like bright and early in the morning. Like I'm talking about like this was the earliest I ever had been to the studio. Usually, obviously, people be going to the studios later in the day. This was easily like 8 a.m., 9 a.m., and we pulled up and you were recording your own music at the time. I think this was around the time you were recording the Bestiary.
Nah, yeah, I was any chance I could, I was gonna get it in. If I got to record a verse right quick, right before nigga came late, 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this verse in real quick.
Yeah. Well, one thing I think that was good about you, aside from your work ethic, you're a very collaborative artist.
Yeah, I feed off other people's energy very well. I feel like that's my best verses when I'm doing collaborations. I don't know what it is. I guess it's cause it's a competitive thing. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, your crew, I feel like, is a very collaborative crew overall. Because it was like you, Philo V, Flight, you know, all y'all were in Troop Lapon. All y'all were like putting out a whole lot of music, but all y'all were like all involved in it, very intertwined within each other's music.
Right.
And I think that was something that was good. It kind of probably gave you a little bit of a push, and then becoming open to the idea of collaborating with other artists.
No, of course, yeah, because we started as a group, so I'm used to doing one verse and making sure and letting them finish it. As long as I do a good verse, the song gonna be good because I know they gonna do a good verse. That type of shit.
Yeah.
Wow, look who calling me. But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. The collaborative thing, that's my best work. Don't put me on a song with nobody.
Honest, and I will say that I had brought some people into the studio with you, and you hopped on tracks with some of them, and
Nah, just right then and there. Got to what I told you. Give me 30 minutes, right?
literally, you were like, yo, just give me 30 minutes, leave me be for a second, so like I'll go back, roll up, get ready, you know, just waiting for the moment to happen, because I'm just the producer, so you know, I got all the vibes on me.
Matter of fact, you did have an artist. I did like 3 songs with this
You
guy.
did,
And I
and you
snapped on every single
I was gonna,
one.
and I won't even lie, you ate them on all 3 tracks.
And I don't think he even dropped them shits.
Nah, he did, but he removed it. It was a tape him and I made, and he removed the tape off SoundCloud. That's another story for another day. We ain't gonna talk about that negativity around here.
Ain't negative shit. That was good music.
You know, it was good music, but
I got you.
no, yeah. But no, honestly though, like in this instance, in the story I'm bringing up right here, right? Y'all made a song called Motherland, and I think it was just pretty dope because like I could see, like when we walked through the door, you already knew how you wanted the track to be, you know, built out, how the story would be played out and told, and it was just really dope to see like how that work ethic combined with the collaboration, you know, you make it work wholeheartedly, and I think you kind of like were one of the first people I had seen in South Florida that were just like open to the idea of like, yo, no matter who it is, if I'm at least fucking with the music, I could fuck with this person.
Yeah.
And I think that at the time when we met around 2015, 2016, that was a huge problem because a lot of people in South Florida, they're not collaborating. They don't want nothing to do with each other. Miami-Dade versus Broward was basically the whole situation at the time. And, you know, I feel like you being able to set that example and a lot of people probably coming through the studio and seeing you work that way, it helped a lot of people open their eyes to the same concept. So do you ever feel like to yourself, like you kind of like almost like helped like pave this way like for South Florida to an extent? Have you ever thought about it in that concept?
Yeah, I started all it. Now I'm playing. But to be honest, nah, I never thought about it like that. I don't think I'm nobody important like that, not to that extent. Yeah, I do probably make it cool to make it look cool to do certain shit, or maybe, yeah, somebody see I did a song with this person that they might not have liked before, and now they like it because I made them sound better. Maybe you could say that, but I don't think I'm the guy that started that, or I don't think that. Maybe it's true, but I don't look at it like that at all.
Do you at least appreciate seeing that change end up happening?
To be honest, I don't know that is happening.
It partially, I think it's starting to really like crack the pavement to an extent, because I'm really starting to see a little more unity. Like if you really go on social media and you look at the people in South Florida, you do see a lot of people now really looking to support each other more than ever.
You're right.
Like there's growth in the situation. I'm not saying is it perfect yet? Nah, not at all.
Not at all.
But I think we're starting to get where you see like all these other major cities are getting. Like when you look at New York, you look at California, you look at Atlanta, you know, they actually do back each other up to such an extent that that's why a lot of these artists blow up. Like there's artists in California that only California will listen to. And some of these artists go gold and platinum. It's the wildest thing.
Yeah, to be honest though, Miami do got a sound, but it ain't the sound that's popular. So I think that got a kind of a little bit to do with it too. People that's not staying original to the sound, half of the people gonna hate on that, half of the people not, half of the people understand, half of the people not. I think that got more or so to do with it, because it's really about the sound. Like, what is our sound right now?
Yeah.
Because we know the original sound, but what is the sound for Miami right now? Like, is it the beatbox nigga song? Is it Miami girls, like city girls? Like, what is it?
Yeah, there's a lot to wonder about there. How do you look to try to redefine it?
I'm trying. I don't want to sound like. I'm not aiming to sound like Miami. I'm aiming to just sound like what I feel is best, and it just so happened to not sound like Miami. I don't know what it sounds like, but
You're just trying to sound like Rell Burgundy.
yeah, but yeah, man, we could do it's certain shit. We ain't gotta be talking about certain shit every time in the songs. We could make some shit that bitches could dance to still, and it could be cool though. I'm trying to do that. I'm trying to keep this shit player at all costs.
Absolutely. Well, let's go on into that track real quick, Motherland.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna play that for the people real quick. I had to make sure I threw this on the playlist. Yeah. This shit's fire. So y'all tune on in right here.
Produced by Gallon too.
Yeah.
Dumb drums.
Dumb Drums and T-Watt. This is Motherland by Rell Burgundy. It's featuring Drew Swace and Zolly. Shout out to them boys right here on Emano Talk. Y'all tune on in.
Shout out to Burgundy. Coming. Swiss. My niggas is out. Swayze. Some nigga rock.
Dirty money in the rubber band. Got your soul in my other hand. Took the wave, I'm a wanted man. We gon' rock the boat into the motherland. Young nigga with an attitude. Burning bridges, what I had to do. Getting lifted, what I'd rather do. You cannot relate, but we ain't mad at you. Couple brands in the rubber band. Got your soul in my other hand. Took the wave, I'm a wanted man. We gon' rock the boat into the motherland. Young nigga with an attitude. Burning bridges, what I had to do. Getting lifted, what I'd rather do. You cannot relate, but we ain't mad at you. Nigga, but it's grand, so country. Had hoes dry doors like Dundee. They still on my Johnson, no bumpy. If I'm on my last bone, don't trust me. If you want what I'm on, you will love me. Good guy came up so savage. Came through a little fly, no maggot. With a jaw full of goddamn cabbage. Older niggas used to hate the way I'm acting. But I never got pot like bastards. Bitch do me wrong, I ain't gon' smash her. I'ma put it on the tongue like acid. I'ma put it in your life like magic. So tragic, but you a madness. Never had work where I paid taxes. You lacking no access, I'm on another with my dirty money in the rubber band. Got your soul in my other hand. Took the wave, I'm a wanted man. We gon' rock the boat.
Yeah, man, I ain't heard that one in a minute too. Nigga really said get popped like bastards.
Yeah, that was a fire track. I remember hearing it for the first time too, and just being like, "What the fuck?" Like, this is what Rell has. Because I used to wonder, like, I'd see you engineer, I'd see you jump on tracks, but I never seen you actually work on your own music.
So
and
like, what do Rell got to say, right?
Not even what does he have to say, but like, what kind of tracks does he have tucked away for himself?
Exactly, because I got to record every type of different. Yeah, I got you. I understand. Yeah, it's really what I listen to. Like I said, I grew up on the Spitter and the Wayne and shit, so I'm trying to keep the shit playing cool at all times. So that's really my motivation with the music, my aim and my direction.
Yeah, the old Rell music, man, I remember hearing some good shit, and that was one of the ones I actually got to witness get created. I just think it was dope because it was bright and early in the morning, and I feel like that kind of track was like a bright and early and like kind of like morning track. Like, you're waking up and it's like, yo, Motherland is on. Like that's I'm starting off my day with this kind of track.
Okay, let me ask you a question. You like when I rap like that, like on some like that trap type beats, or you like more the boom bap?
I like both. I like tracks like that though, because I feel like that's how you could kind of get your single going. Mm-hmm. Like, if you were to make a single, like, it would be some shit like that, because like that kind of track like is so next level. Like, it's not even like a single track that would like be out in the club, but it's like something that could be played on the radio. It's something that could be in a movie.
Yeah, shit like that.
Yeah, like that's the kind of music I'd appreciate more. I think that's the kind of track that you could catch that like in a Seth Rogen movie one day kind of shit.
Nah, for real. I ain't. Well, I'm glad you said that. I'm gonna have to start shopping my shit to like movie, because I do be hearing that too, but I ain't think that was possible till like recently, because some of my dogs got they songs in movies now, so it's like that shit really possible.
Yeah, I mean, look at Prez.
Yeah, exactly.
Prez got his shit in a Grammy Award winning movie.
Exactly. That's bragging rights right there.
Yep. 100%. But let's talk about Rell now, right? We let the people know who Rell Burgundy was in the past, but Rell Burgundy's been going through life, right? You even said to yourself, you kind of had to take a step back. You even told me you're not engineering as much as you once did. Mm-hmm. So what's going on with Rell? Where have you been? What have you been doing?
Shit, in the past 5 years.
The bear's been hibernating?
I was going to say that, but I didn't want to be going. The last 5 years, I really was recording like diligently. I wasn't really recording other people, not me. Until about the end of 2017, that's when I started really recording again, but I'm making my own beats. I was trying to work on just doing everything by myself, but that shit just take too much. Like, making beats and rapping, that shit, I can't even do that in the same month. Like, I gotta take like a week out to like, it's too much on top of all the extra shit that I got to do now. So right now, I done went from job to job. I done went up and down. I done went girl to girl. So at this point, I'm all right. I'm straight. I'm stable enough to try to focus on the music a little bit. Shit ain't gonna never be perfect, and the money gonna always come and go. So I'm trying to find a medium.
Yeah, it's all about finding that balance.
Yeah, because real life do happen every day. And
yeah, and shit will pop up out of nowhere on you.
Right, and I do love making the music, but if the music ain't making money, at some point you got to make a decision.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm good. I'm making all type of shit. I'm making all type of shit for the hoes, all type of shit for my niggas. I ain't gonna lie. It's just the next step is how we gonna put this shit out to where it's not in the same circle of friends that I've been having for the past 10 years. Like, we need to get past that. We need to burst that bubble.
And you just dropped your first single in how long?
5 years.
In 5 years.
Yes. First video. I think that might be my first solo video. Nah, it ain't my first solo video. It might be like my third solo video. Like, I ain't did shit in a long time. I got a lot of more shit coming. I just had to put something out there so y'all can at least feel where I'm coming from a little bit. Because I know people like, damn, you ain't drop shit. I can't wait to. I got to give y'all at least a little snippet. I wish I could just put the whole shit out right now, to be honest, but shit don't work like that no more.
Yeah, you got to properly market it.
Right.
You know, that rebranding might be one of the best decisions you could have ever made in your career, because of the fact that, you know, back then when you're just dropping music and, you know, music was literally surrounding you, it ended up smothering you, it seems like.
Right.
And you couldn't really focus on what it takes to actually create. And now it seems like you're in a better headspace, so that's definitely good to hear. So talk to me about this first single. It's called Mention, right?
Yeah, actually it's called Biscayne.
All right, because you
the way I said
it's
it
called.
to you,
Yeah, I was
so
gonna say.
You got the unreleased version. So it's really called Biscayne. It's made by the homie I Be Soulful. I made a song probably like 5 years ago. That's probably my best song. So we got we kind of close with the production. That's one of my favorite go-to people. He sent me a couple beats. We was in Atlanta. He sent me a couple beats. We did a whole bunch of songs. We still do songs as a group too. But one of the beats that we didn't do, I ended up coming back down and I did. Just sat in the room and just did it. I wrote it, but I really was like recording while I was writing. Like I kind of work like that. Now, to be honest, I needed something more. I needed something for people to feel, niggas to feel, really, guys to feel. Like, I need to talk a little shit. I need to get a little spicy. I need to tell y'all what's really going on right now in the coolest way possible.
Yeah.
So I tried to do it like that, and that's how it came out. It came out. The song ended up coming out hard as fuck. I really don't be expecting the songs to come out how they come out. Either come out hard as fuck how I expected. I mean, harder than I expected, or way less harder than I expected, and that shit came out harder than I expected. So we had to make sure that was gonna be heard. I did the visuals for it with a young lady named Alexia G. She shot it, directed it. She did the treatment and everything for it. I just let her handle that. And yeah, that's the first song I decided to put out there.
Yeah, it's some fire, honestly. It's a good way to re-emerge yourself back into this music scene down here in South Florida.
Right.
You know, I'm blessed. I got to hear the whole thing already.
All right.
Yeah, all right. So y'all don't even know what this man got tucked away. You know, this was just the first single, this Biscayne. It's out now everywhere on Apple Music, Tidal, all that good stuff. So y'all go check it out. We're gonna play it right here, right now, real quick, and then we got a couple of unreleased tracks for y'all to also hear off of Bare Necessities, and we're gonna talk about this new project coming out right after this. So y'all tune on in right here. This is Biscayne by Rell Burgundy, his first single in 5 years, and his first single of 2021. Y'all tune on in right here on Emano Talk.
I just came to chill, I ain't come for no smoke. About to smoke this bitch out, then I'm ready to go. I'ma spoil you a little, never mention my hoes, never mention my bros, never mention my dough. I got all type of flavors, but this not the stove. I just found a new glitch, I just thought you should know. She like a rookie, and I'm like a coach. Gotta keep you in line, gotta give it and go. She bringing me grabbing and clipping my toes. Gotta buying me data and busting my foes. I risked a lot, I can't give up the code. He gon' think it's Corona that stick up his nose. I had to learn all this shit on my own. I've been stacking them flaggers, that shit wouldn't fold. It's not exclusive, it could be sold. I'm putting gold diggers out in the cold. I'm on Biscayne with some drink in the O. That keep this entry returning her on. I know she fucking me just by her tongue. Got the dripping and leaking while I'm on the phone. Too much charisma, I'm mixing colognes. Mama ain't have it, I needed new clothes. I don't need company, I just belong. They wanna stick me, but I'm in the zone. I just came to chill, I ain't come for no smoke. I just smoke this bitch out, then I'm ready to go. I'ma spoil you a little. Never mention my hoes, never mention my bros, never mention my dough. I got all type of flavors, but this not the stove. I just found a new glitch, I just thought you should know. She like a rookie, and I'm like a coach. Gotta keep you in line, gotta give it and go. She bringing me grabbing and clipping my toes. Gotta buying me data and busting my foes. I risked a lot, I can't give up the code. He gon' think it's Corona that stick up his nose. I had to learn all this shit on my own. I've been stacking the flag, cause that shit wouldn't fold. It's not exclusive, but it could be sold. I'm putting gold diggers out in the cold. I can't believe it. Rell ain't been acting the same, ain't been rapping the same. He been living the league. Only time I see the nigga is when he with you, but I think that's his people. I think he grew out his head and he caught them a whipping. That shit ain't a real. I think he don't fuck with me, and that's just on account of him ducking them evils. Bitch that she doing the Kegels. I'm trying to schedule a sequel. Baby got back like a beetle. I know that shit toxic like weed. You waiting for niggas to feed you. We gon' put 3 more bands on them Eagles. I got reefer and guns, I don't need you. I'm the coolest you saw when I seen you. I ain't thug it, just don't wanna meet you. Could go broke any day, I can't leave you. Brand new phone every week, we not equal. I ain't waiting for shit to go penal.
I am not waiting for shit to go penal.
Oh, I had myself muted. I'm tripping. There we go. But that was that first single right there in 5 years from Rell Burgundy,
Yes, sir.
Biscayne.
Yes, sir.
It's available now. Y'all go stream that video on YouTube. Go listen to it on Apple Music, Spotify, Tidal, all that good stuff.
All that good stuff.
Y'all go stream that because this project that's coming out is something special, man. Something dope. I gotta say, you know, I've heard bodies of music that you've released in the past, but I feel like this is an entirely different way because in the ones in the past, it was just kind of like around the same realm. With these, like as you go through each track, it's like as if like you're truly like showing people like, all right, I have a sound, I know what my sound is, but look at what else I could do. Like look at this versatility right here real quick, because a track like that people probably wouldn't be accustomed to hearing 5 years ago from you.
Somebody told me basically I make music for the people that already listen to me to like, so that's why I started to like switch shit up. I need to make sure I get new fans with this music. Like people that don't know me need to like this shit too. It can't just sound cool to just a couple people. Like that's why, yeah, you're right. I don't usually do them type of songs, but I feel like I had to do that type of song this time because that's what people want to hear. They want that type of tempo. They want that type of, you feel me? They want to hear that type of shit. So
Yeah.
that's
Something they could vibe to on a whole different level.
right. And it's still hard if you want to play it in the whip, going to the club, and whatever you want to do.
It can meet all different aspects, and that's what I like about that track. But let's talk now. So that's the first single off your project, Bare Necessities, right? So what's going into Bare Necessities? Because for people who haven't listened to you before, you used to kind of refer to yourself as like the Burgundy Bear.
So it's definitely, I'm Burgundy the Bear. My name is Rell Burgundy, but I refer to myself as Burgundy the Bear. And most of the time, you're going to see a play on the bear reference in my titles. So this time, I took the bare necessities, like, you know, it's a phrase. Take your bare necessities, anything you can, everything you can survive with, basically. I just flipped the word bear. Basically, everything I need to survive with, shit. That's all it is. My bare necessities, how I'm living.
Yeah, especially
That's really all it
musically.
is. Exactly. I know it ain't too complicated. It's just what it is, bare necessities.
Yeah. And if you listen to the project, when you all listen to the project, right? The thing is this is like how it's named Bare Necessities. It's like, you know, it's almost like these are the necessities to know what Burgundy is about.
Right.
And that's what I like about it is that it actually sounds like it's true to you rather than like in the past it was like, all right, you know, like he caught a little influence from here, potentially a little influence from there. This time it actually felt like you took, you know, your music into your own hands and you're actually steering through the roads at this point.
That's good to hear, man, because I done ran through a lot of songs in the past couple of years. Even though I wasn't dropping shit, I was still recording. I got at least 2 mixtapes just sitting, like, but this is the newer and better shit, so
Yeah.
I think this the shit that's gonna work.
Like as I'm going through each song too, it's funny because like you caught me off guard. Like I'm like expecting what I had known. Like when you sent it to me, like, oh, here's the project. I'm like, all right, like, you know, like roll up real quick because I'm about to just spark up. Like this is something I could just lay back to. Like how you said, you used to be laid back. But then certain songs like kicked in, I'm like, oh wait, hold on, I'm feeling a little more like up tempo now. I'm feeling like a little adrenaline kicking in, shit like that. So I like that it kind of takes you through like a little bit more of a roller coaster with this one. It shows that different side of you, some sides that people aren't accustomed to, and it's just dope to see you finally step out your comfort zone a little bit.
That's good.
And now to hear that you've actually even like looked to step away and like try to gain that, I could see why it ended up that way too. Because I was gonna ask you when I first heard, like, yo, like, what's going on here is a little different, but now I could see the connection there.
Yeah, I'm a film. I got this different feelings, different vibes, different energy. I'm just trying to give people, you feel me, what I'm feeling.
Yeah. Is there something people didn't know about you 5 years ago that they should know now? What is it that you would tell them?
Something people didn't know about me 5 years ago that they should know about me right now. I don't think people knew that I make beats and I produce, and I'm really behind a lot of these people's shits. Like, not even just on some engineering shit. I executive produce on the low. Like,
Yeah.
I help a lot of people with their songs. I help, like, even when they not asking, like, it's to the point where I just do it for certain people. Like, them boys too, I help. I mean, that's what people probably don't know. Another thing people probably don't know is I have girlfriends sometimes. Yes. I'm not always just single. Yeah, I'm always just talking shit about, you feel me? When I say I got a bitch, sometimes I am telling the truth. Another thing is I'm not rich. A lot of people think, you feel me, because I'm talking about a lot of shit. We got to work for, like, anything I got to work for.
Yeah.
I think females probably, not for me, but females probably get that kind of twisted. Maybe for me too. Females probably get that twisted, like, it's a cash cow. Nah, we on player shit at all times.
Yeah. Just trying to hustle and survive.
Yes, I risked a lot for what I got.
All right. Well, for yourself now, what would you feel is the biggest change between Rell 5 years ago and Rell now?
Rell knows so much about this dumbass music industry now. I know how to move a little better. I know what songs not to make. I know what's going to work when I hear it or not. I know it's really about, most of the stuff I know now is about the music industry. Of course, about life too. You got to really.
I was going to say, what about a characteristic rather than what you know about the industry?
Characteristics.
Like something that you notice about yourself now that you're like, damn, 5 years ago, I might not have been like that.
Slightly more patient.
That's a big one.
Not just quick to just, I know how to, let me go do something else for an hour and see how I feel after that. Instead of just acting, nah.
Yeah, and just dropping and just like, let me see what the people think. I think you got to be satisfied with something first before you just give it out.
Another thing too, we never coming out half stepping. Like every time we come out, we got to be on point, whether it's dropping music, leaving the house, going out, anything like that. That's another thing too. I ain't really too much care. I'm still walking around, going to the corner store with no socks on, hair looking crazy.
Yeah.
Shit like that. People watching you, dog. Even though it's real shit, but still people watching you. Shit like that. It's a lot of shit I learned, man. We could sit here and have another hour about that, but to be honest, I learned a lot. I ain't gonna say I'm a completely different person because I'm still that nigga, but it's just a lot of shit I don't care too much for. I'm grown. I was like 23 last time, 27 now.
Yeah.
22, I'm 27 now. A lot of shit don't matter, and a lot of different shit do matter, like credit and shit.
Yeah, I feel that.
Feel me? So I'm nigga trying to build a foundation and making sure if I do have a kid, he gonna be good no matter what.
Yeah, you got to
like
create that
like
longevity.
That. Exactly.
I could dig it.
That's so. Like I said, I learned. I ain't gonna say I learned too much because I knew a lot that I know now, but it's just the little things like just working on, just trying to be a better person.
All right. Well, let's jump on into this next track. This one I got here is Oyster.
Oyster. Okay, I know that.
Is that going to be the actual name?
It's really called Hundreds and Fifties.
All right, this one's called Hundreds and Fifties, then by Rell Burgundy. You heard it here first.
Hey, Pyramids made this beat too. That shit.
Oh, shout out Pyramids. Y'all don't know who Pyramids is, and you from South Florida. Are you really from South Florida? But y'all tune on in. This is Hundreds and Fifties right here by Rell Burgundy. You're hearing it for the first time right here on Emano Talk. Tune on in.
I say hundreds and fifties. 50s. Bought some shoes with the 20s. She in love with your boy, not in love with her titties. Miramar to Biscayne, making moves through the city. Don't try to call the man to stop what he doing, he busy. All my Nikes is jiggy. I'm that nigga like Jigga. G-Star jeans and they fit me like a nigga do sitter. Ain't had glam in the glitter, wasn't pick of the litter. Said she pregnant by me, shit I thought I would. I just seasoned my dinner, smoking, doing these chinners. All my bitches, they slender. All my bitches is thoroughbred, all my bitches is sinners. Toowoomba salmon for breakfast, that bear in the building. Left my scale in the kitchen, left a band in the trenches. I let my younger niggas eat when I ran up them digits. I'm a man on the mission, not neglectful, I'm healing. How I manage my women, the viewpoint of a villain. It done damaged my vision. I say hundreds and 50s, bought some shoes with the 20s. She in love with your boy, not in love with her titties. Miramar to Biscayne, making moves through the city. Don't try to call the man to stop what he doing, he busy. I say hundreds and 50s, bought some shoes with the 20s. She in love with your boy, not in love with her titties. Miramar to Biscayne, making moves through the city. Don't try to call the man to stop what he doing, he busy.
You got someone perfect. You got someone perfect.
We out here on Emano Talk, playing this unreleased shit, this unreleased bare necessities. That's
That
hundreds
shit
and
was
50s.
crazy, nigga.
That's just like a little appetizer
It
track.
really is. That shit was just, I ain't even really, listen, that's something coming.
That track's fire. Y'all got to make sure that when this bare necessities drop, y'all go and get that shit. Wherever it drops, it's probably going to be available everywhere, just like Biscayne.
Everything gonna be available everywhere. You ain't gonna have no problem looking for none of that shit.
Yep. You don't got to look too hard to find Rell Burgundy no more. This man has escaped the shadows, and he's here to show himself.
Yeah, we definitely out of that cave. We back in business. So expect a lot of shit. Expect a lot of good shit.
Yeah. Let's talk real quick. So 2021 and beyond, right? There's this whole new person in front of me now, man. It's not the Rell Burgundy I once knew. What is this new Rell Burgundy looking to conquer and accomplish?
First off, I have to solidify myself in this rap game or else. If I ain't making money off rap by what you said the next how many years? Oh, 2022?
Yeah.
I need to be making bread by 2022 off rap. That's what I set to accomplish. I also set to accomplish making sure everybody around me that do this music shit with me got a position in this shit somehow. We need to be solidified in this shit. Even if we ain't making the most money off it, we need to know that the money could be made so we could move the right way. Everything else will fall into place. That's my goal. I want to have at least 2 projects out and at least 5 videos, at least at about 5-10K by the end of the year.
Okay. I could dig that.
That's a reasonable goal for me. I ain't asking for too much.
So those are your 2021 goals, and what could the people truly expect of you? When are we gonna get this bare necessities? Wow, tongue twister.
Nah, it's cool. Bare necessities. It's gonna come out next month. I just don't know if I want to drop it early next month or late next month.
So sooner rather than later, though.
Definitely sooner because I got shit else I want. Man, look, we got a lot coming on. We got a lot going on. I got a lot of shit to draw. I got a lot of shit to say. I'm ready.
People can't sleep on you no more.
We do need them videos and make sure everything right though. So we gonna make sure that we got that. But everything else is pretty much, it's already in the. And can't even say it's in the raps because that shit already pretty much done. Like,
yeah,
I'm very confident on what I got going on.
What's scripted will be revealed. I like that. Well, let the people know where they can find you. We're going to wrap things up here. We're going to play one more unreleased track, but let the people know where they can find you at.
You can find me on Instagram at Rell, RELLBURGUNDY. You can also find me at, actually, you can't find me on Twitter. I ain't logged back in my Twitter yet. Give me about another month or 2 for that. But I ain't ready for the Twitter. That's a whole nother world. But y'all can definitely find me on Instagram. Y'all can definitely email me whatever thoughts, questions, concerns, beats, features, any of that. Money.
Especially money.
Rell Burgundy, everything at rellburgundy@gmail and Rell Burgundy Instagram.
Oh shit! But yeah, y'all make sure you go follow the man himself, Rell Burgundy. He's gonna be dropping that bare necessities next month, so don't sleep on that.
Trust me.
All right, y'all don't want to sleep on that at all.
Biscayne on all streaming platforms and on YouTube right now. Please go get that.
You already know, but y'all know what the drill is now. Make sure y'all go follow us on social media. That's at EMANOTALK. That's at Emano Talk everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff. Find us, follow us. Go on YouTube, all podcast platforms. Subscribe, like, all that good shit as well. We'll be back Thursday with Love SK, so y'all tune on in then. Dope artist out of Miami. A little bit of a different sound. Yeah, SK, he's mad dope. He's starting to make some waves. But yeah, y'all tune on in Thursday, 7 p.m. We'll be live with him. But this last track we're about to play right here, I have it listed as Letters. What do you have it listed as?
That one's called Do It Better.
Love Do It Better?
Yeah, it's called Do It Better.
Oh, Do It Better? All right, here we go. So this track right here is called Letters. Y'all tune on in. This is Emano Talk. We'll catch y'all Thursday. Have a beautiful Sunday and take care. Oh, y'all also tune on in MBF_podcast. We're going to be live with Doug Christie at 4. So y'all tune on in then.
I think I could come and do it better. I knew that she was mine before I met her. That ass was fat and I cannot forget her. I think I could play with you forever. She keep it G'er than the letter. Antisocial, social on the sweater. Touch that pussy lighter than a feather.